Welcome to Shrink Wrap Hawaii. I'm here with my friend and very special guest, the art therapist, Pamela Menter. Welcome, Pamela.
Thank you, Steve. Great to be here.
So, if you were watching live a few minutes ago, well, you weren't, I guess, but maybe you were, you would have seen another portion of this. But here we are. And we're going to talk about art therapy. And but rather than talk about it, I was always taught that it's much better to show than to tell, right? Mm-hmm. And before you were demonstrating what you would do with somebody who's in the hospital, who's had surgery maybe, and has got some pain, and you demonstrated, what did you call it?
Guided imagery.
Guided imagery. Would you be so good as to do that again with us?
Sure,
Me?
yes,
Us?
no problem.
Maybe I am a little split person.
No problem.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How does that happen?
So ordinarily we play some soft music, but are not able to because of copyright issues. So
I'll
we
imagine the
pretend
music.
that there's some very soft, beautiful, relaxing music playing.
Okay.
Okay? And I want you to make sure that you're as relaxed as you can be.
Okay.
As relaxed as possible. And we're going to just start to focus on your breath. Gently breathing in and out. And anyone watching is welcome to do this along with Steve.
Not if you're driving.
So allow your body to do what it knows how to do in its own rhythm. No effort on your part. Gently breathing in and breathing out. It's all connected by a thread, no stopping. And breathe in the healing energy, allowing it to go all the way through your body, touching all your cells, all the way down to your toes and your fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. And invariably, you will have other thoughts enter your mind as you're trying to focus on your breath. It's normal for that to happen. So these other thoughts, you can tell them, thank you for your visit, I'll get back to you later. And gently refocus your attention on your breath. Allow those thoughts to pass on by like the clouds in the sky or like birds. Focus on the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in that healing air exactly to where you need it most. Perhaps it has a color to it. Perhaps when it goes to that place that needs healing, it changes color. That area may change color when the healing energy comes in. And then as you exhale, there could be yet another color. Breathing out anything that you no longer want or need. Use your exhale for that purpose. Feel the cool air coming in and the warm air as it exits your body. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe, think about a beautiful place. Could be a place you've been to before, or it could be somewhere in your imagination. Doesn't make a difference. Just imagine yourself in this relaxing place, continuing to breathe in and breathe out. And the more you breathe, the deeper your relaxation becomes. And see if you have any visitors in this place, any creatures, any of your ancestors or loved ones. They're all bringing their aloha and their love. Continue to breathe, breathing it in and release. Feeling joy, feeling serenity. Everything is perfect. And as you look around this special place, and you continue to breathe, look at all the details that make it so special. And this is your special place. It's available to you anytime. And now that you're learning this technique, you can use it anytime you need it. Continue to breathe in and out. imagining your special place. And think about a box for your pain, for your anxiety, distress of any kind. Put all of that inside the box as you continue to breathe. Wrap the box up tightly with a lot of tape and a lot of rope. And as you keep on breathing with every exhalation, imagine that box going out into space. And every time you exhale, it goes further and further away. And yet, any time you want to add something to the box, you can magically put it in there wherever it is. And it will continue on its journey toward the outer reaches of the universe. And you continue to breathe in and out, doing great. And if you want to fall asleep, that's perfectly fine. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent job. And if I come back next time and we talk about this experience, I probably will ask you, what is your special place like?
I can describe it perfectly.
That would be great.
Kailua Beach, where I go in the morning and I see the sunrise. And when you asked me about my ancestors, it was a mixed thing, right? Because I thought about my parents who are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me realize I can bring them back whenever I want, if I need soothing. And any anxieties that I have, if they could soothe them. I mean, it's very interesting what the anxieties are about, real things that are the same, but are they still anxieties if I don't feel anxious?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. So the reason that I like to ask people to describe their special place to me is it helps the image to solidify for them so that they can access it again more easily. It kind of makes it more real as an image, as literally a go-to place in their mind whenever they need to help themselves to feel better.
So to me, who knows about this much about art, is there a more traditional way that you use art?
Well, people are welcome to make art, and I do have some art materials that people are welcome to use. We do have people who are used to painting or drawing. It's maybe their hobbies that they have, or something that they're comfortable with.
What if you're a guy like me who's does advanced stick figures?
They all work equally as well.
Yeah?
Talent has nothing to do with it. And I know a lot of people kind of feel threatened by, I can't draw a straight line. Art therapy is not for me. But, if it were up to me, I wouldn't even call it art therapy. I like to call it image work. It's using imagery for
so
healing.
In that way, my image is art therapy because it's a picture in my head. Yeah.
So I like to refer to it as image work. It's using imagery for healing.
Wow, it was really very relaxing, and I would imagine that if somebody is in a lot of discomfort, they
I've become quite popular at Queens to do guided imagery. I may do it 3-4 times a day at work.
Wow.
And I'll kind of sit there saying to myself, well, I get paid for this. It's really great.
You enjoy it?
I enjoy it. And I do want to say that magazine cutouts are another way that people can use images. Sometimes people make collages with magazine cutouts. And in fact, I have a colleague who is a music therapist, and she and I do one group a week on the psychiatric unit. And we offer magazines for people to cut out and make collages if they don't feel like drawing, or they can write, they can do creative writing as well, or a combination thereof.
Then what? So I make all these cutouts of magazines and I
Sure.
paste them on a piece of
Yeah,
paper. And then
yeah.
what happens?
It's up to you. We roll with it. Whatever has meaning for you, it's about the meaning that you derive.
Do I talk about it?
You can. I mean, that is often an important component of the art therapy experience. It's not just about making art. It's about communicating with the therapist about what you find meaningful. Perhaps there's a story involved.
Ah. So you would ask me, why did I choose this picture, kind of stuff?
Well, I may say, what is there in that picture that you would like to tell me about? I'm not going to project my own what stands out for me in your picture. It's not my therapy session. So I will probably ask you to choose something there that you would like to expand upon and talk about, or work further on.
Are there special kinds of, like, say, when you work on the psych ward, are there special kind of patients that you would tend to use that kind of stuff more than others?
Well, I think where you're going is, are there certain appropriate media that are the right choice for certain types of patients? Is that kind of where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, somebody who is quite psychotic, all over the place, needs boundaries, we don't want to give that person finger paints or wet clay.
Right, they'll end up on the wall. Right.
If so you give someone like that a ruler, markers, very fixed things that have inherent boundaries in the media. Smaller pieces of paper to work on versus larger. Contrary to that, you may have someone who needs to open up a little bit.
Right.
That person you can give looser media to. And that may help them to psychologically kind of break down some of the barriers that are holding them back from appropriate socialization skills.
How do you know where to start when you meet someone?
That's a good question. The therapeutic relationship is the most important aspect of therapy, I think.
Right, that's what they keep telling us.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you have to get to know the person.
So first you
have to
establish
take
a
your
relationship.
cues from the person and use your skills as a therapist to determine what will work and what will not. You take your best guess and then go from there. Sometimes, I heard that some people are wrong sometimes. It's never happened to me, but some people are wrong sometimes, and you have to kind of take another route. I'm just kidding. So it's happened more times than I want to count. But it's just part of being human.
So, all right, can we do? I like to use my acting skills.
Okay.
Right? And,
all right.
You meet me. Maybe I came in because I was having panic attacks.
Okay.
I can't breathe.
Okay.
And I don't know what's real anymore, what's not real.
Okay.
I'm not I'm not going to throw anything on the wall, I promise.
Okay,
But
okay.
Maybe since I brought my little markers here today.
Okay.
And some paper.
Okay.
So what would you do?
Okay.
What would I do?
Well, before we started our conversation on the air, we had a little talk about potentially doing what is called a scribble drawing. I wouldn't do a scribble drawing with somebody who needs to have some sort of structure, because that's kind of loose. So that may exacerbate how you're feeling. So what I'm going to suggest, assuming I sense that there's trust in our relationship,
Right.
I might invite you to do a drawing together with me.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So if you would like to choose if you would like to choose a color that you like.
Red. I like red.
Okay. And you want to choose a color for me?
Blue.
Okay. Thank you. So you can start. Would you like
Just
to start?
start?
Would you like to start, or would you like to have me start?
I'll start.
Okay, that'd be great. You can start.
Anything? Or
Any-
scribbled? It has to be scribbles?
No, this is not a scribble drawing.
this is not.
This is a drawing that you and I are going to do together.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what. In fact, I'm going to suggest that we draw a house.
That's what you're a mind reader. How did you know I was going to draw a house? Ooh. I'm not kidding. It's true. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty traditional kind of house guy, meaning about the second grade. It's a happy house.
It's a happy house.
It's a happy house.
Okay.
Chimney. And always got some windows on the sides here. And we got a front yard. Oh, can I use another color?
Sure, absolutely.
We got some green grass out here. Lots of green grass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And oh, over here is the ocean. I don't. Can I borrow you? Why don't you draw the ocean?
Oh, okay, sure.
You could put the ocean any way you want.
All right.
Because you know I'm not really a good artist.
I think you're doing great so far.
Yeah. Could you put a bird?
A bird.
Yeah. A few birds.
A few birds.
Yeah. Could you put like a gigantic bird?
A gigantic bird.
Gigantic bird. Yeah, we have this parrot that's been flying back and forth over Kailua Beach lately. Very
Wow.
colorful. Yeah, it's blue and gold and
Wow.
red. It goes, wah, wah, wah.
Ah,
Yeah,
got some little feet.
it's beautiful. Oh, that's a pretty bird.
Thanks.
Or maybe, what about somebody swimming in the water?
You want me to do that?
It'll look better. Stick figures
Okay.
don't go well in the water.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. They got the picture on TV. We're famous.
Okay, we have to have some water, so it looks like the person's in the water.
Oh, that's great. Sort of minimalist. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, and then, okay, I'm going to try to draw a tree. Can I borrow your black?
Of course.
See, I'm no good at, what do you call that, perspective? I don't know. How
We
does
don't
the
have to
tree-
be realistic.
Okay.
We don't have to be realistic at all.
Okay. Oh, palm tree here.
That's great.
That's ridiculous. Okay. What else? Oh, I have a dog in my house. He's gray and black. This is kind of fun. I
That's
like this.
great.
I'm having a
That's
good
great.
time. It doesn't look like a dog, but
Looks like a
take my word
starfish.
for it. It's a dog. I can write dog.
Okay, now we know. That's great. Okay, I think that's an excellent picture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's anything more that it needs, or do you have any comments you want to make about this?
If I had yellow, I would put the sun. Maybe put a red sun over here.
Okay.
Right. It's a sunny day.
Do you want it in the corner or a round sun?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's fine. That looks pretty good.
All right. Are you,
Okay.
you feeling okay about it? Or is
I'm
there-
really. I think it's a very. I could call this picture "Happy House"
Great.
or something like that.
Great.
And wow, I'm gonna have my own show. But hey, I already do. We'll be right back after this break. Don't touch the mouse.
Aloha, my name is Josh Green. I host a show called Healthcare in Hawaii here on ThinkTech. We get together once a week or sometimes twice a month. Depends when we're busy. We get together less often, but we love to see you here to talk about the preeminent healthcare issues in our state. Our programs vary very widely. We talk about economics, we talk about healthcare, we talk about social issues on this program. Thanks for joining us.
Aloha, this is Maria Mera, and I'm here to invite you to my bilingual show, Viva Hawaii on ThinkTech Hawaii, every other Monday at 3 p.m. We're here to inform, motivate, and entertain you. Join us. Hola, soy María Mera y estoy aquí para invitaros a mi show bilingüe Viva Hawaii en ThinkTech Hawaii cada 2 lunes a las 3 de la tarde. Estamos aquí para informaros, motivaros y entreteneros. Apuntaros.
Welcome back to Shrink Wrap Hawaii. I'm with Pamela Menter, art therapist, image therapist extraordinaire. And I just drew my masterpiece. And what did you say to me when we went off?
I said this is a very good picture, a far more involved picture than most of the patients I've done pictures together with. My experience has primarily been one line at a time. So you want to do the first one line?
Show me.
Okay, so a patient may start by doing this.
That's it.
And then I will do
Ah, so you kind of
this.
take turns like that.
Yeah.
And you just make it
And
up
then
as
you
you go
do one
along.
line at a time, and so it rarely comes out to be, we need a very long session to get it to get it to this point. But
Why is that?
well, you and I are friends. We've been friends for a number of years.
Uh-huh.
There's a trust level there. Having fun doing this together just kind of happened naturally. That's not going to be what happens with a patient
So-
clinically.
People are more reluctant, more reserved, more tentative.
Which is expected.
Uh-huh.
But this is a way to help someone to open up and to help the trust to develop the therapeutic rapport.
So can you do like, I know sometimes people take pictures that kids draw
Right.
and they make interpretations.
Analyze. Right.
Yeah.
That's not something I do.
Uh-huh.
There's a story, a woman who had a child in kindergarten, and he brought home a picture that he made, and it was all in black. And the mother got very concerned, and she thought that he was depressed, and she went to talk to the teacher. And the teacher said, "Do you remember that day that you brought Johnny in late because he had a dentist appointment?" And she said, "Yes." And she said, "Well, that's the day that we had this particular art project, and the only color left was black."
So that's the meaning.
So I really stay away from making an analysis without the patient there. I really prefer to have the patient make their own analysis.
So you would ask me questions about
Right,
this?
right.
Why, what would you
Right.
ask me if you were going to ask me?
Well, I would ask you open-ended questions. I would say, what do you think about this picture?
It's a happy house. It's kind of a very primitive representation of where I live. And it's got the bird and the house and the tree and the grass and the ocean. I'm a little bit, what's the word? Not embarrassed, but something like embarrassed that that's the best I can do, artistically. Because it looks like a second grader. But I know what it means.
Is there anything that you would change?
I'd go to art school for about 12 years.
Well,
What do you mean? Like what?
well, if there's something that bothers you about the picture that you
Well,
might
I
wanna
wish I
change.
knew how to make the tree so it didn't look like it's going into the ocean. If I knew how to make a real looking house, I would make a real looking house if I had the talent to do that. But it was a lot of fun to do.
That's great. So you're looking at the positive aspects of this experience, and
Yeah.
you're accepting
Yeah,
that
I'm not-
part of yourself that functions on this level.
I mean, I think
and
that
you're okay with that.
it's a testament to the trust that you put out that I'm able to do this in front of you, and there might be somebody else watching, but normally I wouldn't do that. So there's something about you that makes me feel like it's okay.
That's great. Well, optimally, I think the trust in the therapeutic relationship makes all the difference.
Yeah.
If we had a pile of magazines and you could cut some pictures out, that may make you feel more comfortable. You could cut out a palm tree and just glue it on here.
No, actually, I like doing this, even though
That's great.
it's not fancy.
That's
Nobody's going to
great.
buy it.
That's great. So, so you're not being so judgmental that you end up getting depressed.
Maybe I'm learning to accept the fact that
That's-
I don't draw like an artist.
That's you have many other skills. Many other skills. Well, you are an artist because I know you've done a lot of work in the theater.
Yeah,
So
that kind
that's
of
an art.
Yeah.
We're all artists in our own ways.
What do you love about it?
I love being part of the journey of healing, of wellness, and using art and imagery, which has a lot of meaning for me, because I've always loved art. I've always been drawn to it. Ha ha.
Do you remember, can you share with us a story about a connection that you made with somebody through doing what you do?
Well, there was a patient. I'm very fortunate because I get feedback from patients fairly frequently who tell me that what we do together is helpful. And to me, that's better than the pay. Although no, I don't know about better, but it really adds to the benefits of the work that I do when people let me know. Or if the patients, for some reason or another, can't say it themselves, there are other staff in the hospital who work with these patients who sometimes will tell me that the work that I've done with them has been helpful. And if I can be helpful, then I feel like, it kind of completes my reason for being.
That's important to you,
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, well, I think any of us who are healthcare providers kind of think similarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still do any of your own art?
I do. I dabble here and there. My husband and I just recently moved into a new home, and I've had the good fortune of being able to do a lot of kind of feathering the nest, as you might say. And there's a part of me that always wanted to be an interior designer, so I'm getting to do some of that kind of stuff. So that's creative, and I really enjoyed settling in and doing that. Fairly recently, I took a watercolor class, and I realized I hadn't been in an actual art class for 40 years.
Wow.
It was scary. But that was a really great experience, so I took a watercolor class. And
Is it therapeutic for you?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
How does it change you?
The creativity is a healing thing. Allowing oneself to be creative, it opens something up inside.
As you know, I think I'm married to an artist.
That's right.
Right?
That's
And
right.
it's amazing what I see, and maybe you can relate to this. If she hasn't done any art for a while, I should tell her to go do some art because she's just much more fun to be with when she's doing, when she's drawing, when she's making pictures. I remember one time somebody did this exercise where we would write our own epitaph on a tombstone. What would we like to see there? And she said something like, "She made a good picture." That's how she would like to be thought of. Do you
That's
have
lovely.
feelings like that?
About my epitaph?
Well, no. Well, you could do that, or I mean, what it does for you when you draw, when you paint.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
How do you feel after you paint? Does it change the way you feel?
I feel more complete in a way that I've been able to create something.
Are you very
To express myself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's an expression.
There's something about it that's different than talking, yeah?
Picture's worth 1,000 words.
So if somebody's never done this before, right?
Right.
How would you recommend they start if it's something they think would be helpful to them?
Well, again, once you get to know the person and find
Yeah.
out what kinds of things interest them and
Yeah.
what kind of a person they are in terms of wanting to try new things, some people are more apt to want to try something new than others, and to go with their comfort level.
Uh-huh.
So that's, I think, why I'm asked so often to do guided imagery, at the hospital because it asks very little of the
Right,
patient in
anybody
terms of-
can picture
Yeah,
a place.
Right, right.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah.
But there's
yeah.
also something about your voice, it was almost like hypnosis.
Yeah,
it was so
have,
relaxing.
People have said that
Yeah.
too. So I guess
Did you practice that?
so not consciously, but I know that I'm sitting there trying to help somebody to relax, and I, when I say, "Relax now." So.
Why can't
It
you
was
relax?
it was kind of like a no-brainer.
Well, I always like to leave laughing, and they just gave me the sign that it's time to wrap up Shrink Wrap Hawaii, this segment, and I just wanted to thank you, Pamela, so much for coming on. I wish we had more time.
My pleasure, Steve. Thank you so much for having me.
So if you ever find yourself at Queens, ask for Pamela Menter. Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you so much.